The Crickets Have Arthritis by Koyczan. It doesn't matter why I was there, why the air is sterile and the sheets sting. It doesn't matter that I was hooked up to this thing that buzzed and beeped every time my heart leaped, like a man whose faith tells him God's hands are big enough to catch an airplane or a world. Doesn't matter that I was curled up like a fist protesting death, or that I'm either always too hot or too cold. It doesn't matter because my hospital roommate wears Star Wars pajamas, and he's 9 years old. His name is Louis, and I don't have to ask what he's got. Bald head with the skin and bones frame speaks volumes. The Game Boy and the feather pillow booms like they're trying to make him feel at home because he's going to be here a while. I manage a smile the first time I see him, and it feels like the biggest lie I've ever told. So I hold my breath, because I'm thinking any minute now he's going to call me on it. I hold my breath because I'm scared of a 57-pound boy hooked to a machine, because he's been watching me, and maybe I've got him pegged all wrong, like maybe he's bionic or some shit. So I look away. Like I just made eye contact with a gang member who's got a rap sheet the length of a lecture on dumb mistakes politicians have made. I look away like he's gonna give me my life back the minute I've got something to trade. And I damn near pull out my pack and say cigarette. But my fear subsides in the moment I realize Louis is all about show and tell. He's got everything from a shotgun shell to a crow's foot, and he can put them all in context like, see, this is from the shooting range, and this is from the weird girl. I watch his hands curl around the cufflink and tie tack, and realize that every knick-knack is a treasure, and every treasure's got a story, and every time I think I can handle more, he hits me with another story, and says, see, this is from my father, this is from my brother, and this is from the weird girl, and see, this is from my mother. It took me 2 days to figure out that that weird girl was his sister. It took him about 2 hours today after she left for him to figure out he missed her. They visit every day and stay well past visiting hours because for them that term doesn't apply. But when they do leave, Louis and I are left alone, and he says the worst part about being sick is you get all the free ice cream you ask for. And he says the worst part is realizing that there's nothing more that they can do for you. He says ice cream doesn't make everything okay. And there's no easy way of asking, and I already know what he's gonna say, but maybe he just needs to say it, so I ask him anyway. Are you scared? Louis doesn't even lower his voice when he says, fuck yeah. I listened to a 9-year-old boy say the word fuck like he was a 30-year-old man with a nosebleed being lowered into a shark tank. He's got a right to it, and if it takes this kid a curse word to help him get through it, I want to teach him to swear like the devil was sitting there taking notes with a pen and pad. But before I can forget that Louis is 9 years old, he says, please don't tell my dad. He asked me if I believe in angels. Before I realize I don't have the heart to tell him, I tell him not lately. And I just lay there waiting for him to hate me. But he doesn't know how to, so he never does. Louis loves like a man who lived in a time before God gave religion to men and left it for them to figure out what hate was. He never greets me with silence, only smiles, and a patience I've never seen in someone who knows they're dying. And I'm trying so hard not to remind him I'll be out of here in a couple days smoking cigarettes and taking my life for granted. And he'll be still planted in this bed like a flower that refuses to grow. I've been with him for 5 days, and all I really know is Louis loves to pull feathers out of his pillow and watch them float to the ground. Almost as if he was the philosopher inside a scientist, ready to say that it's gravity that's been getting us down. But the truth is, there's not enough miracles to go around, kid. And there's too many people petitioning God for the winning lotto ticket. And for every answered prayer, there's a cricket with arthritis. And the only reason we can't find answers is the search party didn't invite us, and Louis, right now the crickets have arthritis. So there is no music. No symphony of nature swelling to crescendos, as if we bent halos into melodies that could keep rhythm with the way our hearts beat. So we must meet the silence with the same level of noise that the parents of dying 9-year-old boys make when they take liberties in talking with heaven. We must shout until we shatter in our own vibrations, then let our lives echo and grow, echo and grow, echo and grow. Grow distant. Grow distant enough to know that as far as our efforts go, we don't always get a reply. But I swear to whatever God I can find in the time I have left, I'm going to remember you, kid. I'm going to tell your story as often as every story you told me, and every time I tell it, I'll say, see, there's bravery in this world. There's 6.5 billion people curled up like fists protesting death, but every breath we take has to be given back. A 9-year-old boy taught me that. Because what is your night worth without a story to tell? And why wield a word like worth if you've got nothing to sell? People drop pennies down a wishing well as if the cost of a desire is equal to that of a thought. But if you've got experience, expect others have brought your exact same dream for the price of the hard work. Hang in, hold on mentally, like I accept any challenge, so challenge me like I've brought a knife to this gunfight. But the other night I mugged a mountain, so bring me that shit. I've had practice. Louis and I cracked this world wide open and found the prize inside because we never lied to ourselves. Never told ourselves it would be easy or undemanding. So we sing in our own vibration and dare angels to eavesdrop and stop mid-flight to pluck the feathers from their wings and write demands on God's hands. Take that time to catch you, so that even if God doesn't, it wasn't because we didn't try. I don't often believe in angels, but on the day I left, Louis pulled a feather from his pillow and said, "This is for you." I half expected him to say, "See, this is the first one I grew."